Hey, where you at? Answer your phone. I done called you about 3 or 4 times, man. Call me back. The fuck? I don't need nobody coming around to down me. Been searching for peace, and yes, I finally found it. I broke every change, and no, I cannot be bounded. And every little mountain, I'ma just walk around it. It's been the Lord, and I thank Him for keeping me grounded. He showed me the truth and keep all the evil from around me. Cause even when people deceive you, He holding you down. Too blessed to be stressed, and nevertheless, I'm screaming it loud. Oh, yeah, I lost some time, but I'm feeling alright. Now I can feel again, feel again, feel again. Now that you are gone out of my life, now I can feel again, feel again, feel again, feel again. Now I can feel again, feel again, feel again. Now that you are gone out of my life, now I can feel again. I give it my all, but I never will fall. I just been building a wall, not taking no calls. They're feeling me, killing me, I just been cutting them all. I really be chilling and taking it off in my home. You can't tell me that I've been a failure, that's never the cause. Cause through any weather, I'd rather be living with y'all. You thought you was clever, but really you thought I was dumb. But I'm not the one, I knew this shit from the jump. I guess it was love, I guess you was faking and that's what it was. We not related and that's what it took. And that was the bull, did everything that I could. Took you up out of the hood, but nothing I did was good. Tell when a man a fool. I went to the Lord, He helped. They never be selfish, feeling of helpless got me milk. It's something I dealt with, never knew that you would fail me. This is a feeling of help me. One day I knew I would tell you, right now I gotta be yelling. Oh, yeah, I lost some time, but I'm feeling alright. Now I can feel again, feel again, feel again, feel again. Now that you are gone out of my life, now I can feel again, feel again, feel again, feel again.
Well, this is just a little footage right here from when the beverage manager come in and find Kenneka. This always bothered me because if he wasn't ever back here, well, maybe he thought that the freezer was supposed to be locked. Have anybody ever thought about that? Because I know one thing, we gave this man hell because he walked back there with his keys in his hand. Um, Maybe because that door was supposed to be locked and it wasn't. But at the same time, I feel like the front desk manager, I think her last name is Garcia. I think she radioed to him and told her, "Okay, go check. She's back there." I truly feel that way because
Is he security?
that's no, he's a beverage manager.
Well, that's strange because that he would just go back there.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is he went directly to that freezer. He didn't
Yeah.
go nowhere else. He didn't. It's another little door over to the right where we can't see. He didn't go there. It's another door to the left, which is an office. He didn't go in there. I can't say he didn't look in there because it's off screen, but he walked directly to that freezer, and it's like he pulled his keys out so early that it's like you. That's what he went back there for. That's why I felt like Garcia, who was watching the footage and probably knew what was going on, told him. And I think at that point she was already moved there. And maybe they was just trying to make sure her body was cold enough so it can fit their narrative. I don't know. But that shit has always bothered me. Oh, let me hit play.
Well, like the Monopoly game, he went straight there, do not pass go. He went straight there.
Absolutely. And then right here at this point, I wish I had I'm not good. I can't remember the document, but when he left from this footage and went and told the officer, the way he did it was so damn suspect. The officer said he said uh like he was whispering it to him, like come here, signaling to come over to him instead of saying something to everybody else. He
And he didn't run from the place. If I saw someone dead, I'd be running to hurry up and tell someone
yeah, he
to
was
get an ambulance or something. He just walked casually.
what's up, D Love?
Oh, I love G Love. Hi, I can't see you, but I love you.
Hold on, y'all. Let's check out let's see if he's good to go. But if not, if you don't say anything this time, I can't allow you back up, fam. Yep, he disappeared just like I thought. I don't know who you is, TG. You seem cool, but it's some suspect moves, man.
Do you recognize the name?
Oh, no.
Neither do I. Why are they walking so casually?
Can't answer that.
I mean, wow. They're acting like it's a normal, everyday thing.
Yeah, like they see dead bodies in freezers every day.
Yeah, that bugs me too.
You say, nah, I'm old. What that mean, bro? You gotta be careful these days, fam. That's all. No offense. No offense at all. I just gotta protect my channel. You feel me? People do all kind of weird shit to try to get your shit taken down. So hope you don't take offense to that. What up, Joe?
Yo, shalom, brother. Shalom. Shalom,
Shalom,
world.
shalom. What you
Hi,
gonna
Ja.
speak up today,
Hey,
bro?
Ja. Nice to see you.
Hey, bro, you pushed the button right there. When you said that, he just solidified me to come up, man. They acting like as if they just see dead bodies in the freezer every day, bro. And look, I bring you. If you know me already, bro, you know I'm gonna bring a different outlook on everything. So you ready for my point of view on this?
I
My
gotta get
point
it.
of view. Okay, my point of view on this, bro, is I understand like what we doing right now. We spreading light on this shit. But look at everything that we've been doing for the Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We spread light on it, but they don't actually give them sentences or time or actually they don't actually treat the cases as if it was their kids or their family. Just like you say, you don't actually worry about it until it come up to your front doorstep. Now, with that
Right.
being said, these are white folks, right? That take control of the justice system to make sure these people get in hands. Now, with that being said, rather these are white folks that did this to this young lady. What I'm trying to say is us as a black community, and this is where we have fallen into. Like we don't, like I said before, we don't love our black women and our black people. We don't love ourselves enough to where you know what I'm saying. That young lady is so beautiful, bro, and she looked like she had so much life on this earth. Just like my little sister, bro. I can say the same too because I go through the same shit. I lost my little sister around that. She looked like they're around the same age. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is these young girls, they so beautiful. They got so much full of life. Why ain't they protected like queens are supposed to? Why was she so intoxicated to where she didn't have a brother with her long enough to make sure she get to where she need to be? You get what I'm saying? That's what we don't think about. See, we need to think about the things that we can do to help the community. And you know what I'm saying? Like even though we know what's like, you know what I'm saying? We need to help these young women get the love that they need. Like we need to work together because it's not just us. We can say we love these women or we can love these young women that's coming up the way they're supposed to, but if they don't receive it, because if you don't receive it, if anybody that's not open to receive anything, they're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Rather you believe it or not. But what I'm saying is, rather these people that did it to her or not, because just like you said, brother, people don't just come up missing in freezers every day. Come on, bro, them cops, they can easily, if that was a little blonde haired white girl with blue eyes, you know what I'm saying, they would have been had all kinds of camera, cell phone knowledge, they would have been known that no matter what. Rather those people are white, Hispanic that did that to her, no matter what. And if they're a different race than white, that just proved my point even more. You know what I'm saying? They letting anybody in any other race do wrong to us, just long as us at the bottom again, you know what I'm saying? Because if it was their people, they would have already had this case solved. And you see how they did old Wallace, you know what I'm saying? You see how
Yeah.
they doing Ozone, everybody, you know what I'm saying? They found Ozone within days, bro. A manhunt for a dude who shot a police officer in the face, bro, for bothering him at his own house, bro. Come on, man. So these people not stupid. Just like you said, bro, not every day people come up missing in a fucking freezer, bro. Like they can figure out what's wrong and what's been did with this girl, you know what I'm saying? It's just I think there's a lot more behind this shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the reason why I'm hearing how you said a lot of people in their own city don't even want to touch on this because they feel like it's more onto it. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody
Yeah.
willing to deal with it. Nobody want to speak on a big topic, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it take a real man to really see what the bullshit that's going on, bro, because it's actually bullshit, bro. Our young
Yeah.
women, they're too beautiful to be coming up missing and being treated like this. And especially for men that, like, you know what I'm saying? If we just have men that actually care about them, that young lady wouldn't have been by herself that night, intoxicated the way she was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because any man would have stood up, hey, yo, this sister too bad off. I'm gonna make sure she get home. I don't care if you my sister, if I don't know you, I'm gonna make sure you get to where you supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying?
How familiar you are with
That's
this
just supposed
case?
to be the mentality. You know what I'm saying?
How familiar are you with this case? 'Cause
I'm
I'm
not
finna
too
show you.
familiar. I'm just going off of what I know or what I'm or
Right.
what I'm seeing. I don't. I'm not.
Right.
I really don't know too much
I'm
about
finna
it.
show
I'm
you
just hearing
something.
this from you.
I'm finna show you something real quick, bro. Mute. I ain't gonna turn it up loud because I don't want that shit to start acting stupid. But I did a video about this probably about 2-3 weeks ago. And this is my opinion now. My opinion on why she was so intoxicated because They found topiramate, and the level of alcohol they found in her blood, it was over the limit to be driving, but it wasn't that shit that had her walking like that. So now the other crazy thing
So she
about it
had
is
some must. So she had some
they
must in her
found
system.
traces of GHB, but I guess not enough to say that it had any effect on her. To me, off the rip, if you found
Sound like a bunch of bullshit to
traces,
me.
if it was traces, that should have set off a red flag to you that somebody tried to do something to her. And obviously they succeeded. It might have didn't come from the GHB.
I think the
It sound like somebody
GFB,
covered their ass up, man.
I think it leaves your body really quickly too.
Yeah, I haven't researched how long it stays in your body,
Yeah.
but they did find traces of it. I'm trying to find this damn video. Matter of
I
fact,
knew it because she acted like someone slipped her and Mickey.
it's part 2. Did I have part 5 of this shit? Maybe I didn't. That's probably why I can't find it.
And Ja Biggs, I agree with you.
Look like everybody in the chat agreed with the brother.
You're a good man.
I think he's working, so he put himself on mute.
He's a good man.
I know. I hear you, sister. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I just go off of. It's not just about. It's just not about that. You know, you just got to be real. And like I always say, you can't be real with nobody else unless you be real with yourself. You know, that's the most thing. I'm real with myself. You know, so.
All right, here. I think I did it in this. No, yeah, I think I did it in this video. Hopefully, it doesn't give us hell. Please don't mess up my volume. So I'm gonna try to play it. Hopefully, it don't mess up my damn volume. I'm gonna mute myself. No, I am not gonna mute myself. Now look at this real closely, y'all, and tell me what you see.
Mr. Security. Before all that, when the party was live, he came knocking around our door like, y'all need to keep the noise down a little bit. Hear complaints.
No, this ain't even. You know, I think I did it in part 3. This is part 4. My bad. Let me go back there because this is not the right one. This is the crime of opportunity. Hold on 1 second. All right, so that was, what is this? Part 5, part 4. This part 2, part 3. Nope, it's part 2. Gotta be this one.
If you give me the next 10 seconds, I'm going to...
Before we get started with this new video, I would like for you to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Do that for your boy.
Party the Beat Global. That's my boss, man.
I'm tripping. I'm fucking tripping. Where the hell that shit at? I am really freaking tripping. We just gonna watch this one, man.
If you been coming now, Rippy has him. That's it. Alright. Keep my mouth the taste. I will never say no. I will never tell. Still my life is jail. Why are you looking so dry?
Shalom, Pepsi, and D Love, man. I just wanted to say thank y'all for the love, man. Thank y'all. It means a lot.
The medical examiner's office ruled Kenneka Jenkins' death accidentally from cold exposure, also alcohol intoxication, and the use of a drug for treating epilepsy and migraines were significant contributing factors. It shows her walking into a kitchen area, but never into the freezer. Her death sparked protests outside the hotel and allegations of a cover-up.
You know, remind you, we didn't know this was a crime scene at 4 o'clock in the morning. Right. After they declared she was dead, when I started asking, can I see my baby body? And they first denied me. And I asked them for the sergeant name, the police name, and the detective name, and the sergeant name. Yeah. When I asked the sergeant for his badge number, then he said, I got to talk to the morgue. I said, can I see how my baby laying down there? You know, how she died? Yeah. And they wouldn't let me see my baby from 1:30 a.m. in the morning of today. Yeah. Until about what time? About like 4 hours after that. Yeah. Then that's when they pronounced her dead. Okay. And how are they saying? No, they told me I'm sorry. They told us she was dead at 1 something. But they didn't let me see her body until 4 hours later because this is a crime scene. And this is so in the deep freezer. It's in the deep freezer, but they had at this time they had let the morgue take her, move her, defrost the freezer. Right. Her hair had soap and water up on there. Yeah. She was defrosted in the freezer. They defrost the whole freezer. Yeah. I guess that's what it gave it 4 hours, right? And my job with our coolers. Yeah. You gotta have.
Thanks, bro.
The Yankees doors open. Yeah. Now, remind you, they said she couldn't barely hold herself up, let alone pull open the door. Right. Say, freak accidents like that do happen. Yeah. And there's a camera sitting right in front of the cooler. They didn't see how she got
Everybody's going back to their car. We left something in the room. We jumped from getting the car. Like, oh, left something in the room. Right. Ran back upstairs to go get something. Got back on the elevator, went in the room, grabbed the came back out the room. As I'm walking out, I hear something. I turn around. That's what I see. Please don't say it. I see security guard walking. He turns around, look back, walk off. So it's like, where was you at all this time? We was just looking for you. Now all of a sudden you pop up.
No one had people Kenneka. No one had to.
Nobody. Come on, everybody loves Kenneka.
Do you think someone in that room the night of the party, Rosemont, hit the curb past this neighborhood, correct?
Yeah.
The nights where someone that was at your party, you think someone harmed Kenneka Jenkins?
No, I think they
Do you think someone that was in the hotel harmed Kenneka Jenkins?
Yeah, I think so. I really deeply, I think so.
All right, so that was the first part of the 5-part series of what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. I'm trying to find the one where I actually had a video of Ty, because I wanted to show you that, John, let you see that. I think
before we get started,
when I say we, I think our people played a part of this as well.
Comment on the video.
That's my theory, and I feel strongly about it.
Party the Beat Global. That's my boss, man.
I ain't gonna be on here all night. Why? What's up, fam? How they got separated? I can tell you that. Right around the time after Ty Live ended, they said Kenneka supposedly passed out on the bed, and Monifa went and got up like you all drunk up in front of all these people, whatever, and she helped her off the bed supposedly and walked her out in the hallway. And from what Shamaya said, somebody kicked her foot, and she looked up and didn't see Kenneka and Monifa, which I find that to be bullshit. But anyway, they walked out in the hallway. Kenneka sat down on the ground, and this is what Shamaya said, with her knees up to her chest and her head down like towards her knees. And she said she did not want to go back inside. But then she realized she didn't have her keys or her phone, so Shamaya said she'll go back inside and get it. Now, Shamaya supposedly went back inside first. This story got tangled up by these girls. That's why a lot of people blame them, because their stories didn't match from 2017 to 2020 when they did the MTV special. Then she said Monifa followed behind her and said Kenneka missing. Now, how the fuck does that make sense? You was just out there with her. You gonna come inside and say she's missing? But then it was said that Monifa and Shamaya went inside, and Monifa looked behind her and realized Kenneka wasn't behind her. Why the fuck you think she gonna come back inside if she just told you she didn't want to go back in there? That's why that shit fucked with me. And they supposedly was inside the room 15 minutes looking for the keys and the phone. And by the time they got outside, Kenneka was no longer out there. So that's how they got separated. And they told Miss Teresa, one story was they left her in the lobby. Then they told her they left her by the room door. So, and I can't blame no one for looking at them for being suspicious, because of their stories just didn't add up. And to this day it don't. A lot of people will say it's the way they talk. Nah, a lie can come out of anybody's mouth the same goddamn way to me. But shit just didn't make sense. Right. Left her by the lobby. She wasn't in no goddamn lobby because we would have saw her in the footage. And I'm gonna show y'all something else that tripped me out too. A video I did a long time ago where somebody else said she was in the lobby, but we never saw that. But we're gonna get back to this video real quick. This is Francis Cage, the security guard.
Watch your toes, all right, please.
I gotta do some talking in this video.
What's going on, my good people?
Yeah, this is me talking, so I'm not talking to y'all. This is me actually talking on the video.
And to Kenneka Jenkins. So let's get to it. But before I get started, just let me say this. This is not a blue to a lot of y'all. You should be familiar with Francis Cave. Of course, he was the security guard that was working that night. Now, I'm not the type of person to put out theories. I'm telling you what I see and what I feel. I feel when Kenneka went to the back of that kitchen, she came back out of that damn kitchen. So what I decided to do was just pay attention to people that was there that night and how they was moving, what they were doing around the time that Kenneka went to the back of that kitchen, which we all know was around 3:31, 3:32. Of course, the next person we see on this footage was the beverage manager. But I know a lot of people wanted to know, where was I going with my last video, with part one? So let's break this down.
Another thing that was so crazy is that when we was all leaving, like when everybody was leaving, like 5, it was like, okay, we can't find, and everybody was going back to their car. We left something in the room.
You already saw this, so I'm gonna skip past it.
Turn around. That's what I see. Please don't say it. I see security guard.
Let's start with Francis. And this is what it led me to. So since I believe Kenneka did not walk in that freezer and she came up out of there, I said, well, let's see what people was doing around the time that she would have came back from that freezer area. And it led me to Francis Cave first. So here you will see Francis enter the screen at 3:29:39, and he will exit the screen 3:29:46. So what was Kenneka doing at that time? So of course he came out at 3:29:39. So I went back a little bit further to see what, or maybe if he was watching footage of Kenneka. This is what she was doing around that time, right? Now let me say this. I have no proof that he was watching her on camera. But it is suspicious that he left around this time. And he was gone for 30 minutes. Now at this time that he's leaving the front desk, he was supposedly going to hand out folios to the guests at the hotel. So remember, he left out of frame at 3:29:46. This is when he returned. It's 4 o'clock. Now remember, in his statement, he said he got a call on his walkie-talkie that 3 girls were walking around on the 9th floor. And who do you see him coming down with? Bree, Shamaya, and Monifa. Now, in his statement, he said he was handing out folios to various rooms, not all of them.
Do you think someone in that room, the night of the party, Rosemont, the current president is name up, correct? Yeah. The nights where someone that was at your party, do you think someone harmed Kenneka Jenkins? No, I don't think they harmed. Do you think someone that was in the hotel harmed Kenneka Jenkins?
Yeah, I think so. I really deeply in my heart think so.
Now, that's 2 of the party goers who feel like somebody at the hotel had something to do with it. Now, a lot will say, well, they will definitely push it off on somebody else at the hotel if they had something to do with it. Okay, I understand that. But I don't think these kids know what the fuck happened to her. Somebody at that hotel did something to Kenneka. So if I feel that way, why not start with somebody that works for the hotel? And that's why I started with Francis Cade. Now, like I stated earlier, I have no 100% proof, but you seen what I just seen, right? Now remember, Francis Cade told the officer in his statement that he was leaving the country starting on the 22nd of September. Now, it could have been a pre-planned vacation. Who knows? Why did he tell him that? Did he tell him that because he knew they would probably want to question him again? I don't know. Now, I could lie to you and say this footage that you're watching is him leaving the country. But honestly, it looks like he's in Las Vegas somewhere. I'm not going to do that type of shit because that's not me. But I will say this. This was after the death of Kenneka, and it sure looked like he's living his life and enjoying it. So why I picked out Francis Cade? Because he have time that's not accounted for. During the time that Kenneka came out of that freezer or that freezer area, we didn't see him nowhere on camera. You won't see him nowhere on camera. I checked, but you will see him leave the front desk at 3:29 and then return at 4 o'clock. Was he really checking folios? I don't know. There's no proof of it. Do I think he had something to do with it? My gut instincts say, yep. Remember, this was brought up a long time ago, but I feel like we tend to cut things off too fast. Use your head. Think with logic. When facts are presented before you.
All right. So what you thinking right now, John? With just that little bit right there. Now this is just one person. A lot of people feel like Ty had something to do with it. A lot of people feel like the friends had something to do with it. A lot of people
Bro,
feel like the hotel had something to do with it. What's your thoughts? Just on this clip right here.
bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I want you to stick around for a little bit because I want to share something with you that's really close to the heart with me because, like, it's literally adding up to what I'm about. Like, 'cause I want to speak on the situation, but I don't want to speak on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, I don't want to be a hypocrite to it because I don't know everything about it. But I can speak on something that's closer to me that can give an outlook on what I'm trying to say about that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, it touched close to home, so I feel exactly what you're saying, but I want to get it out right. So just a second, my bad.
No problem. Take your time. I'm gonna show this next video. I truly think this is the video I think I had tie-in that I wanted y'all to see. It has to be because I'm talking about the pyramid.
Can I share something real quick first?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I just Googled the GHB. The effects of it come on quickly. Within 15 to 30 minutes of drinking it, a person begins feeling the euphoric and sedating effects of the drug. Depending on the dose, it lasts for about 3 to 6 hours, and the drug quickly exits the body. On average, it remains in the person's system less than 24 hours.
And you know, I'm glad you read that because I'm finna show y'all something.
Okay.
Appreciate the fucking truth. Appreciate it, fam. Have he ever been heard of since? Not far as the case is concerned. From what I hear, he actually lives in Chicago in the area of Rosemont, Crown Plaza, and somewhere near the airport, which come to find out, Kenneka used to work at the airport. And on his Facebook page, and I'm gonna say it like this, it said he worked there too. Now, did they work at the same time? We don't have proof of that. But it's sure a goddamn coincidence, ain't it? But y'all check this out. This is where I feel, along with a few other YouTubers, content creators, where the drug entered their system. Check this out. Watch them real close. It actually gonna rewind, so I ain't gotta tell you that. So let's go.
Yeah, it's too late for that. Look,
Go to the manager. My car keys, my weed. That ain't no motherfucking manager. Oh, that is a manager. That is a manager. Shit.
Now watch closely. I'm gonna pause it so you can see what I see. You see how her hand, just like her index finger and her thumb was, like she's holding something tiny in her hand. Let me go back just a little. You got to watch every piece of fucking movement. Like she just broke open something. Now watch him too. Why the camera got off of her? Why her back to the camera? Another clue.
Bro, you proving my point. It seemed kind of petty to where you pointing stuff out, but you proving my point, bro. What I'm about to say.
Okay, give me 1 second, bro. That's the cup. He gonna pass that cup to his left, to his right. What he doing? He opening up another goddamn pill.
That's a brother doing that, y'all. Just keep this in mind. This is another brother. You know what I'm saying? Giving her these drugs.
Right there. You never, he asked, he say, where that Henny, folk? In the very beginning, he say, give me that Henny, folk. I just want you to hear so you don't think I'm lying. He said, give me the Henny, folk. You never see this motherfucker with a cup in his hand that whole night. So what the fuck did he ask for that cup for? Watch this. Listen close. Give me some Henny, folk. Give me some Henny, folk. What the fuck for? You never drunk nothing from that cup. Soon as they finished doing what they fucking was doing, while Kenneka back was turned and she walked towards the door, that's when they made their fucking move, bro. Go ahead, y'all.
All right, bro. Now, the reason why I pointed that out, that's another brother giving her them drugs. I'm not saying that allegedly. I'm not even saying he was giving her drugs, but allegedly, if that's what we're trying to make right here, if that's what we're pointing out, it's gonna prove my point even more. Now, the reason why I pointed it out that the brother giving her the drugs, I'm not saying that he had anything to do with the way that she left this earth, but he had something to do with the cause of her getting home and her being in the spot that she was at. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, that's lack of not caring for your community, not caring for your women, not caring for your black women. Because at least if you give her the drugs and you know she's gonna be fucked up, at least make sure she get home. You sold her the drugs, you know what I'm saying? Like that's your sister. That's supposed to be a sister at the end of the day. That ain't supposed to be some hood rat that you look at like you some hood rat I don't know of. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a sister. That's how you supposed to love them. But look, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying this because I don't. The reason why I want to speak on my situation because, bro, I feel just how you feel. Like I call that what you was doing petty because I know people they look at me like I'm petty, but for me running after my sister because literally how you picking everything apart, bro. That's how I pick everything apart with my little sister, bro. You know what I'm saying? And look, let me tell you how it went down, bro. And the reason why I'm speaking on my sister, bro, because I don't want to speak on her on the young lady that we talking about, and I don't know everything facts about it. You know what I'm saying? But I know I have something close to what she's going through that I can try to have somebody else out there that's going through something like me feel like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I thought I was the only one going through this right now that I'm going through until I'm hearing this story right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the only reason why I'm speaking about it. But but let me go ahead and get into it. The way my sister left was in a car accident. But okay, now everybody like to say, "Oh, the car accident, that's just him saying it's your time." Fuck no. It's not just a car accident, bro. You gotta look how she died, who she died with. My sister died with a damn near 40-year-old Mexican. He was 30-some years old. What the hell, a 17-year-old girl just about to get ready to graduate? I know my sister, bro. My sister is not even. My sister is out there, but she not outspoken to where she'll go speak to a grown ass man and just start a whole relationship. This was a setup, like a street setup type shit. And I know what be going on. So I'm saying like this. And see, this is the thing that made me trigger on the day of her funeral, my little cousin, he come to me. He like, man, like, fake apologizing and shit. Man, I miss my cousin, man. I had a lick for her. That clicked the light bulb in my head from that day on. I ain't never stopped searching. I'm like, bro, if this nigga can say he had a lick for my little sister, your cousin, a black woman, that's showing me how lack of a respect that you have for me as a black man and your cousin and your little cousin. You know what I'm saying? That's the lack of respect you have for my own sister. That's what made me think, like, damn, like, if my own cousin can lick out my little sister or put her on licks, somebody was putting her on this Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do around here. They put you on licks, they put you on dudes so they can either set them up or, you know what I'm saying? And they use the younger girls. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's brothers that's doing this, but it's other people that's killing them. But they don't know that, hey, what you doing to this young girl could get this girl hurt tremendously. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the reason why I'm speaking on what I know. Because my little cousin came to me and he triggered that off of my head when I know he ain't big enough. I know that ain't the right cousin. I got some cousins that's big enough to be licking her out to where, hey man, I got this Mexican dude, I'm trying to get some woo whoop, or he owed me some money. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I got older cousins that can do that. He not the right one, but he the one that came to me and put it in my head like, man, I had a lick for my cousin. You're not even the right one to be licking out my little sister. What you talking about, a lick for my little sister? You know what I'm saying? First of all, anything supposed to come through me. Why you going around me? That means you disrespect me. You don't have no respect for me as a man. So that means I gotta treat you just like any other nigga in the street. You're not my cousin no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause it just made me think about everything I gotta look out, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, us as black men, we just can't put the blame on everybody, because just like we said in that video, that black man probably didn't kill her, but he was the start of the reason why she's not here. He sold her the drugs. As a black man, you know what I'm saying? Okay, if you don't sell her the drugs, okay. If you don't sell her the drugs, somebody gonna sell it to her. She gonna get it some way. I understand that, but make sure she get home. You know what I'm saying? You sold her the drugs. Make sure she get home. As a black man, you're supposed to care about this woman. You're supposed to care about this young lady. Make sure she get home. That's all I'm saying. If these niggas cared about my little sister, they wouldn't be licking my little sister out on a 40-year-old nigga. You know what I'm saying? On a 40-year-old Mexican. And they died together. You know what I'm saying? And see, everybody not even realizing around the time that my sister died, before, she was already in a shitty mood. She wasn't going back to my mama's house. I think she was hiding a baby, like she was becoming pregnant. I think she got pregnant. And she was hiding a baby because that Mexican dude bought her a trailer way in another town, like in a country. Bought her a trailer, you know what I'm saying? And she moved all her shit out there, was starting to stay out there at 17 years old, man. So she was trying to hide a baby, I feel like. And I feel like they died together. He was like, fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Especially if she having a baby by a 40-year-old Mexican. Man, come on, bro. We're not gonna have that. Ain't nobody gonna have that. And especially if you got older cousins that got something to do with that, you know what I'm saying? They not gonna want that to come surface in it, because it's a whole lot of people in the mix that got something to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you. Was she pregnant when she died?
But see, nobody know that. No, but we'll never know. You get what I'm saying? We'll never know. You feel me? Because they died together. Her and the Mexican died together.
Oh, they
You get what I'm saying? Nobody.
They do an autopsy. They won't know, but if they did, they would have known. So if they didn't check and they just said, okay, she's dead, then they might didn't check. I don't know. I don't know the story, but
with my mama, see, that's what I'm saying. With my mama, you gotta look at it. It goes back to a square root. My mama never graduated high school, so with everything with her, it's like they get a one up over her. And you know, your family, they know you better than anybody. The family know if you dumb as a box of rocks or not. You know what I'm saying? Your family know if they can get one over you. Oh, Nudie ain't gonna fight no court case. She ain't smart enough to do nothing like that. She ain't smart enough to go fight after her daughter crashing on a fucking she ain't smart enough to go fucking fight after her daughter crashing and dying on a constructive road. You know what I'm saying? When we got a cousin who her daughter died with a motherfucking trash truck hitting the motherfucking overpass and it killing her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And they got big money, big bread from changed the whole family. The whole family changed and looked a whole different because of that incident. But I'm saying my mama is not smart enough to even do anything or go in that direction, and they know that. They know, hey man, Nudie ain't gonna fight no, she ain't gonna fight for it, you know what I'm saying? Because she's not intelligent enough, she not, you know what I'm saying? And if so, we can throw the doggy a bone and get her off our back. Nudie ain't never had nothing. Let's give her a couple dollars, make her, you know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up that you say your cousin did that shit, right?
But no, I'm not saying my cousin did it. I'm saying he brought it to the forefront. My little cousin brought it to the forefront. He was like, hey bro, man, I miss my put on the lick. I know he wasn't enough to put her on that lick. I think
Oh,
it was a
okay.
different
Okay.
cousin. That's what I'm saying. I think it was another cousin, but I think it was a different cousin that put her on that lick. I'm just saying, if he can point out putting my sister on licks, like he the type of lick that sell weed. He ain't no big liquor. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, if he the one that put my, if he out of everybody can bring that to me and be like, man, I miss my cousin, man, I had a lick for her, then that just open up the door for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If you was licking out my sister without me knowing, who else was behind my back? You know what I'm saying? That's a lack of respect in our community. That's all I'm trying to say is, before we, like, yes, they have the wrong in it, but before we start pointing the finger at everybody else, we need to fix ourselves, because like just happened to that little girl, man. A black guy sold her them drugs at that party. If that's true, if that's what we're going by, a black man sold her them drugs at that party.
Yeah.
Why didn't he
Leave
make
it-
sure she get home? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Here come a comment right here. Kenneka died from hypothermia in a freezer at the back of an isolated, unused kitchen that was under construction. Her friends didn't know about that kitchen. I'm not talking about her friends and about them knowing about the kitchen, but I would love for you to come up here and tell me that she walked in that freezer and died. That's what I would like for you to tell me. But just watching, I don't know if you came in a little late, bro, but just watching that particular footage, can you tell if they wasn't putting no drugs in no kind of drink? Because neither one of them drunk from that cup, because when they finished, they passed it. So can you tell me what they were doing if they wasn't drugging a drink? Because she the only one walked out that motherfucker. Well, she didn't walk out that motherfucker, period. But anyway, you're welcome to come up here. Now, going back to what you said, 12, and the time frame. What was the time frame you said it leaves your system? 12.
It said 12 to 24 hours.
12 to 24 hours.
Yeah, all you guys do is Google it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of when that autopsy was done, which I'll check. I'll probably check in a few. But what I'm saying is, right here at this point, you said how long it take to kick in? 15 minutes?
It says up to 12 hours.
No, how long it take to kick in?
15 to 30 minutes.
15 to 30 minutes. Okay. Ty ended his live, well, he started around 2:30. He ended it probably closer to 3 o'clock. We see Kenneka. Now, matter of fact, let me just pull that on up. We see Kenneka getting off the elevator at 3:25. Let me pull that footage up for y'all real quick. Pass it. All right, here it is. It should skip right to it, because I think this is where it skips. Here you go. Okay. All right. Now I want y'all to watch how Kenneka is walking at this point, getting off the elevator. Then I'm gonna take it to another footage, and you'll see the difference. Like, this shit is progressing as she fucking walks. Watch. Now she's stumbling. Look at her face as she walk out of the screen. She just smiled for whatever reason. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let you see it one more time. I'm gonna pull up the next footage. Now, if they drugged her, which I feel they did, you don't have to agree. Now she's ready to leave. And after that live, where we saw what we just saw, that's when she what? Passed the fuck out. I wonder fucking why. All right, let's go to the next goddamn footage.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Was a sex kit done on her to make sure?
They said she was not raped. To me, that doesn't mean she didn't have sex or somebody had sex with her, because if it wasn't, because if she's out of it, they don't have to like super be aggressive with her.
Or maybe that's why they put it in the freezer, because so you can't tell if it's rape or not. Because ain't it the sperm count in your body that you gotta, the sperm in your body that and that's left inside a female's body that If her body was frozen, then that sperm or whatever that was inside could have been frozen up too. You know what I'm saying? Or you get what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, if they were to check for a rape scenario, what if
Now,
that was one of the reasons why they put her in a freezer department? You know?
that's a good question. Now, what I heard earlier, but I didn't see it in any statement, any medical documents. I don't know where it came from, but somebody said they found like 2 to 3 different semens in this girl. I'm like, on her or something. I'm like, well, what the fuck is that goddamn document? So when I hear things like that and I have no proof, I'll tell you that I heard of it. And if you find proof of it, cool. But I can't say that it's true. But if she did have sex, then that makes fucking sense. But
Yeah, no, I'm just
watch this.
building on what y'all saying. I don't even know. You know, that's the reason why I said in the first place. I wasn't trying to make it about me. I was just speaking on what a situation that I know because I really not informed on this situation. You know, so
I
I'm
know
not
you
saying
good,
that
bro.
was the case, but I'm just saying that maybe that was the reason why they put her in the freezer. Maybe so they can't detect if they raped her or not. You know, you never know.
Most definitely. Hey, you did.
One
Go ahead.
more question. Were there other girls around? It could be mean girls that
There was a lot of. It was a party.
okay, and that's what I'm saying. If she wasn't raped, it could have been mean girls that were jealous of her.
A lot of people thought that at first. A lot of people thought it was her friends, but I don't think her friends had nothing to do with it. And I don't consider Ty her friend because he barely knew her. But y'all watch how she's now leaning against the wall like she damn near barely can fucking stand up. Period. And
Okay.
she and the elevator is right around that big ass pole back there at the end. It's right there. So she got off the elevator and left out of the screen at 3:25, like 13. So 20 seconds later, this is where she at. And look how she walking. She can barely stand up. Watch when she hit this wall. It's like the further she walked, the more that fucking drug kicked in. Now, going by the time frame, if it takes 15 to 20, 15 to 30 minutes, this is the time right here. Because if she left from out of that room around 3:05, right here we're at 18 minutes. You said 15 to 20 minutes? Here it is. You feel what I'm saying? So I have no proof, but what I just saw in that live, to me, they was putting something in somebody's drink because they didn't drink that cup. The cup was passed. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you can have your opinion because, like I said, this opinions like asshole. Everybody got one. I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I'm standing on how I feel about it.
Well, that guy sure was watching her drink and where it went.
Yeah. Let's see here. Leroy say,
And the small traces that were found, it's out of your system in within 24 hours, it says.
right. Now you said she was dragged in the freezer. Who do you feel drug her in the freezer? Who dragged her in the freezer, Leroy? I would like to hear your opinion too, bro. You say that's not KJ. You talking about walking down the hallway? A lot of, I done heard that back in the day. A lot of people say it's an actress. I don't think they're gonna take it that far to cover that up. But that's just my opinion. You feel me? Let's see. I ain't got the other one where she was walking through that.
One more thing, GHB has a half-life of 30 to 50 minutes, meaning that half of the dose taken will be eliminated in less than an hour.
Wow. So just imagine by the time they did the autopsy, how much was left in her goddamn body. That's why they found traces.
And typically it can't be detected after a 12-hour window.
And we know that autopsy didn't happen until what? She died on, well, they found on the 10th. I feel like she was dead on the 9th. That's my opinion. So let me see when the autopsy was. I think the autopsy was done like on the 13th or the 11th. I can't remember. Don't get me the line because I don't want to make no shit up. But I know it didn't happen that damn same day. I can tell you that. Now, Leroy, this is the second time I heard about a second security guard. If you can point me in a direction to find them, let me know, because I done heard of a second security guard, but I've never seen him. I've never seen another security guard besides Francis Cave that night. Not saying that it's false, but I never seen it, and I watched a lot of fucking footage because I hate for anyone to tell me, hey, that ain't right. Well, I'm just telling you what fucking I seen. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they go by shit that people tell them. Nah, hell no. You can't piss on my head and say it's raining. I'm going to go fucking find out for myself. Why is she walking around with her eyes closed? I never known anyone to be given a date rape drug, but I heard stories of them. So I don't know if that's an effect of it. But I do know that part of her autopsy said her brain was swollen. And when your brain is swollen, if it happened during the time she was alive, that could put her equilibrium off. And that will cause her to walk like that as well. But what caused her brain to swell? That's the question. Irene already had that baby. I seen Kenneka and Irene live.
It also says combining the GHB and alcohol can cause stomach upset, low blood pressure, and decreased levels of oxygen in the blood. It also
Holy shit. Holy shit. Hold on. I'm glad you brought that up. Holy shit. Hold on. Because I was doing some more research and I was looking at some of the documents. Damn, I hope I got it in my at least in my box.
Well, and then one more sentence. It also raises the risk of death from respiratory arrest because both alcohol and GHB may slow or suppress breathing.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that, 12. I hope I got this document in this thing. Because I want y'all to see this for yourself, because I was going to do a video on this soon, but got a lot of shit going on. So let's go to Kenneka's file. That's not it. Let me see if I can find it. Damn, I hope I got it in here. If not, I can explain to you what I'm finna tell you. Excuse me. No, that's not it. Okay, that's just that's not the one I'm looking for. This one just tells you everything that was in her system, but this is not the one with the GH. Yeah, it is right there. But that's not what I'm looking for though. Is this it? Oh, that's not it. 1 second.
It also matters if she ate something because it'll linger in her body longer if she ate.
And we don't have any proof that she did. From what we know, she went and got her hair done prior, and they went and got some alcohol, some weed, a Bluetooth speaker. I don't think I got it here, but I'm gonna tell you, I was looking at one of the reports that they had on Kenneka, and they was talking about her liver, her lungs, and I want to say her brain. And they listed the situation, or I guess you would call it, hold on, they call it a malfunction or whatever, that caused issues with her lungs. And I can't remember the word, but as soon as I find it, I'll put it up and let y'all see it.
It did.
Said it had lack of oxygen.
Yeah,
And
the
her liver, there was signs of that in her liver and in her lungs. Now, what you just said, that just rung a bell.
Yeah, respiratory system. That's the lungs, respiratory system.
Right. But anyway, I was thinking, did somebody smother her? Because I know a lot of people say if she got choked, you'll see signs of it around the neck, which we never saw that. But I'm pretty sure Teresa did. But the fact that those effects that came from the GHB that you just talked about, I wonder. See, it's just, I'm not a detective or paid or professional. I never trained, but I do got common sense. You know what I'm saying? And 2 + 2 = 4, like 54 say. And that's what I got. Just hearing that and just looking at all the evidence of what we do have, what other conclusion could you come up with? Check this chat out real quick. I'm just rambling. Hold on, you said something. A second security guard is the manager at the door. That wasn't friends talking on Ty's Live. The second security guard was the manager at the door. Now I know I got this document. Do I got this document here? France Cave actually said he went to that door in his statement. Now, I ain't gonna be funny, but you're absolutely wrong, bro. Unless Francis Cave is just lying, because I read his statement. And that's why I do research, not being funny. But like I said, he put that in his statement.
There's one more sentence. The effects may last as long as 8 to 12 hours. When combined with alcohol, it causes severe disorientation and the classic blackouts.
Okay, I appreciate that. You say, do everybody know she was found in the upstairs kitchen? Look, you know what, bro? I'm gonna be honest with you. Hearing the upstairs kitchen when all this happened in the lower level, that shit is confusing. Now, I know they got 2 kitchens down there. I will say this. I don't think she was originally in that kitchen that they found her in, or supposedly. I think she was moved there. I don't think what happened to her in that kitchen. Like I said, I feel like she came out of that kitchen and ran right. And this is
And
my opinion.
if that's the case, it brings in more than just that one security guard, because it takes more than one person to move a dead body.
I feel like
Bro,
it's more
let
than
me
one.
point out one thing. Let me point out one thing before I go, because that's the reason why I came back up. I'm sorry to keep coming and dropping out. Phone
You're
died,
right.
man. I wanted to point out this, man, because I just gotta show y'all what I see. You know, like I said, I really don't know too much about the case, but I'm just giving you my opinion, like I said, and what I see. Uh, it all leads back to, you know what I'm saying, we have to go to the square root to point one to the start. You know what I'm saying? Where it all, we all like to point fingers. We like to be the ones to point fingers so fast, and sometimes it be the ones closest to us. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, the black, just as much as we looking for the person who had involvement in killing her or making sure that she's not here with us today, just as well we need to be looking for the guy who sold her the drugs too, to make sure the way, because if she wouldn't have had them drugs in her system, her mobility and her logic of doing things, she would have been more aware. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, just as well as we looking for the killer, the person that killed her, the dude who get the weed, who gave her the drugs or whatnot. But look, let me say this. Now, if you can't, now with me saying that, the black, since we was trying to make it, if we was trying to make it make sense, and if the black guy gave her the drugs, that Chinese dude, they don't look like a regular Chinese dude,
No, I
especially
think
if
he's
you've been around some
Filipino.
Chinese people before.
He's
No,
Filipino.
no, but I'm saying though, no, look, okay, look, let me break it down. Philippine, Chinese, same shit. He looked like one of those people who's been around black people, who got some black friends at least. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been
Absolutely.
to school with some of them before. I've been to school with some of them before. You know what I'm saying? I know you can tell the difference between them. You know what I'm saying? Like people who hang with, like the ones who hang with black people and the ones that are just like, you know what I'm saying? Just regular with their culture. Now, with that being said, like I said, he looked like he got black friends. He don't look like the regular Filipino or the regular Chinese kid. You know what I'm saying? He don't. He looked like he got some black friends. So I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make it all make sense. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody did, and if okay, now since we saying this, if we saying somebody had to, if she's saying her body was moved, it had to be more than one person. So with that being said, they can easily bring in the person who sold her the drugs. If her and the dude who did it, if him and the dude who did it know each other, of course you're gonna go to save your ass because you have parts in it. You sold her the drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Just saying,
yeah,
if they
he
were
didn't
to
sell
know
it.
each
Yeah,
other, you know what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
make sure. Hold on, I wanted you to make sure they don't think he sold it. It wasn't sold to her. It was put in her cup.
Oh, okay. What same shit? Almost the same thing. I know it ain't the same thing, but you get what I'm saying. Like the person
Yeah.
who gave her the drug, slipped it in her cup, sold it to her, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They should be just as well as responsible for the person whoever did anything to her, because I feel like it could go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have something to do with it as well. You know, because basically they do have something to do with it. Like I said, if she wouldn't have had anybody can see with eyes can see she was intoxicated with something. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it
Absolutely.
is, anybody with eyes can see she had something in her system. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I really truly believe it. Just like I say with my situation, I believe it's more than one person in my situation. I believe it's more than one person in her situation. That young woman, like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't just happen like that, and a killing just don't happen like that just by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
there's a lot behind it that people are covering up. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, that little boy, Filipino, Chinese, whatever, them people have a little money. You know what I'm saying? Or they have something. They have something that's better than us. You know what I'm saying? That they can get shit moved. So I'm pretty sure that they trying to get shit covered up and swept up underneath the world. And if I'm not mistaken, this happened in 2017 or something.
Yep.
I'm real late on it, I guess. But yeah, see, I'm pretty sure a lot of shit been swept underneath the rug. 2017, a lot of people wasn't even worried about a lot of this shit. A lot of shit started coming. A lot of people started caring about shit around 2019, 2020. You know what I'm saying? That's really when a lot of people started caring about shit.
Well,
But
shit.
you know, it was easy. It was easy for people to sweep shit underneath the rug back then.
I think on this particular case, well, this case was lit
They
off
was caring
rip.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Oh,
shit
okay,
didn't
okay.
make fucking sense. The shit, it was like, ain't no fucking way,
Still
not
not
being
making
racist,
sense.
no
Shit
black
to
person
me.
finna go and walk in no fucking freezer and not get out that motherfucker. Nah. Hell nah. Hell nah.
Still don't make no sense to me, but shit, hey, it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they got a whole family that we worried about. You know, so I don't want to put no speculations on it. I'm just giving my opinion.
Well, it's appreciated, man. It's appreciated. You're a fresh face to it, so you see what you see. But I want to go respond to this comment Leroy put in here, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought that as well. Because of course, I don't think that would probably leave any prints or any bruises on your neck if they put in the sleeper hole. You know what I'm saying? I think if she was alive in that freezer, I think they thought she was dead, so they put her in there, and she eventually, succumbed to maybe the cold weather. Somebody went back there and locked that goddamn freezer. Who was
Yes,
it? I don't know.
it's a second crime scene. I agree with both of you.
Damn right, it has to be. Has to be. Yeah, I ain't gonna
I'm
be
a
on here.
drop, bro. I appreciate you having
Yeah, I'm
me
gonna
up,
get ready to
man. For real,
wrap
for
it
real.
up myself, man. I appreciate you for sliding through, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to chat with y'all and hear some of you guys' comments, hear what you guys think about it. Appreciate that fucking truth. Yeah, and I felt that's the reason why her hands were maybe balled up the way they was, because when somebody grab you around your damn neck, the first thing you gonna do is try to grab their arms and pull it down because you want air. So that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I really think Francis Cave, and this is my opinion, I think he's seen her roaming those halls, look fucked up. I feel like he recognized her. And like I said, I don't have no proof that they worked at the airport together, but sure the goddamn coincidence. I think he ran into her and tried to do some things to her. She might have tried to fight, but as you can see, the state of mind she was in wasn't too much she could do. And also with that pyramid, when it reaches a toxic level in your system, it can cause you to have a goddamn seizure. Ain't that some crazy shit that this medicine that you're taking, it helps with seizure, but if you take too much, it'll cause you to have a seizure.
Or
I found that out.
or be in a blackout, it says.
Yeah, you talking about pyramid? I'm not talking about GHB.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. But yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this on up, man. Try to get me some rest tonight.
Okay,
Appreciate you coming up at 12.
I'm gonna drop back down then. Thank you.
Thank you for being up here.
And Jabig is really nice. I feel bad about his sister. God.
Yeah, this is a crazy fucking world.
All right.
All right, see you later.
All right.
Check out the rest of these comments. If her eyes were closed and her condition, did I click? Oh yeah, condition was declining, it wouldn't be hard for someone to smother her. Not at all. Not at all, for real. And I think I seen somebody say something about her walking up those stairs. I don't think nobody believed that shit. But how she got to that next level? Could she have went in that little what they call it, little freight elevator? To me, that made more sense, but again, there's no proof because supposedly no cameras was working in that area, which I feel like was done purposely to hide what happened in that area. Because remember, the footage was cut when she walked to the back, and they didn't show anything else. Now we know somebody else walked back there again, but why they didn't show it? Even if it's motion activated. We know somebody else walked back there sometime later on. They didn't show us that. So they cut it for a reason. Because whatever happened to her happened on her way back out that motherfucker. Let's see. Side effects. Okay. All right. What up, Linda? She said somebody is definitely lying because her so-called friends told her mother that Kenneka has been missing. Oh man, I was just talking about that in the last live. And she said that in that radio interview. You know what I'm saying? She said 2 hours later, which she was talking about from 2:34. You know what I'm saying? That's how long they said she was missing. Like, because what time they called her? 434. That fucked me up too. And I had actually called, matter of fact, let me show y'all that before I get up out of here. Because that always bothered me. Of course, the time always bothered everybody, if you ask me. Let's see if I got it in my history. Probably not. Because I know I watched it. Shouldn't be that damn far back. Let me hit this these little melodies because I hate that. I can't stand that shit. Here it is right here. I'll show this and then I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for sliding. Oh, the young ladies was drinking, partying, having a good time. But you cannot tell me that you're this drunk or this fucked up when you mess up a story like this.
That day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call. Okay. Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day, in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door.
Listen real close.
4 of the photos when she was in the freezer, and one of the photos, the fifth photo, that was like a picture of her when she's walking in through the lobby. Yeah.
Through the what? Through the what? Through the who? Let's make sure I heard that correct.
That was like a picture of her when she's walking in through the lobby. You know. Well, when I saw the
through the lobby. Has anyone seen that picture? Has anyone seen video when she walked through the lobby? I haven't. Listen real close to this. This is very, very important to who we're pointing.
Andrew Holmes called my phone, and he stated to me on the phone, which I made a live with that too. Mm-hmm. He said he saw the camera of her walking into this freezer. Physically walking into the freezer. He said, what you should do is get online and make a live and tell them that you saw the camera of Kenneka walking into the freezer. I said, okay. He said, because the hotel is not making no money. They want us to stop this.
Andrew Holmes sounds like he really is supporting the hotel. Listen to this.
Okay. They didn't see any signs of violation. Okay. No. Because from the pictures, what do you think?
The pictures did. Now I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the pictures, because her shoe was off, like she was scratched, it looked like something happened to her. But then
the definition of hypothermia, and in the last stages is hypothermia. It feels like your body's burning. People try to take off their clothes, and you actually kind of go insane, for lack of a better term. You do anything from viciously scratching yourself, hitting your head up against walls, or whatever. So when we read the definition of hypothermia and these symptoms and the stages of it.
And within the definition, they also states that they're normally the average person is normally found.
I want to pause it because I want to respond to this. You said what was all redacted in his statement? From what I know, nothing. But if somebody want to cover some things up, it could have been. What they good at saying in those statements is not verbatim. You know what I'm saying? So if they paraphrase what they said, you get an idea of what they told the cops, but not their exact words. But that's a good question. I have no proof that it was redacted, but I'll go back and check and see if I can find some proof though. You can bet that.
Naked, right?
Completely naked.
Completely naked, exactly. So once again, no signs of sexual assault, right? But you see in the pictures that her breast is out and her pants is unbuttoned and halfway down.
What you think?
Did you reach out to anybody to do an independent autopsy?
Yes, we did. We had our own independent autopsy. I'm still waiting on the results.
Okay, so those results are not.
Shandy, yeah, I seen the footage. A lot of people did say that she didn't get snatched. What happened was when they came down that hallway, Bree went to the left to go to the lobby. The rest of them went to the right to get on the elevator. But Bree did catch up with them before they went up. So if you look close in that footage, the camera live or whatever they was doing, while they was on the elevator, you can actually see Bree standing in the cut, like leaning against the wall. So a lot of people felt like she was snatched. I just think she was finna go with Bree and just changed her mind and went with Shamaya and Monifa. But she wasn't snatched. She was not snatched at that time. I can tell you that.
Back yet?
Yes, and we had it done after, the medical examiner get there.
Do anyone know or results of that? And by the way, that's why she fired Larry, the first lawyer, because he put out what the second autopsy said, which was confirmed to be the same results as the first one. I didn't understand why she didn't want him saying that. I don't want to be rude or disrespectful. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. But let's continue. Autopsy. I can see that.
And he stated to me that that level that they're trying to say, because I'm reaching out and asking, right? And he stated to me that it's not even a level where you could be sloppy drunk as though the video is saying. He said that's like a tipsy level.
This was told to her? Then why in the hell they trying to say the girl was that drunk? Walk up to the hallways. Bingo. We talked about that earlier. Like she was not that drunk. So of course, it was the drugs that was, I feel, putting her drink. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, man. I appreciate all y'all, man, for rocking with me on this late night. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I do all kind of case studies, but I originated in the J4K community. I'll be back soon. Working on a video right now. I got to do my research if I put anything out. What up, Jazz? I'm way behind on these comments. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jay in the building. What up, Gabby? Damn, I'm way behind on these comments. I try to get to everybody's comments. I appreciate you for coming up, 12 Job Biggs. Appreciate everybody who in the building. Shayna, I appreciate you for being here. Which comment you talking about? Shandy. Oh, I'm calling you Shanda. Shandy, which one you want me to read? Let's see. Let me go back up. I'm sorry. I missed some fucking comments. I really did. That's why I say if I miss your comment, just come on up here. I know a lot of people don't like to, but I don't want you being mad at me thinking I ignored your comment purposely, because I don't do that. See, I don't breathe when I sleep. What? They say my insomnia is worse. Oh, you probably got the same thing I got. Sleep apnea. I stopped breathing a lot in my sleep, and they gave me this little machine. I thought you said you don't breathe when you sleep. I was like, what? Yeah, I think you got sleep apnea. Jasmine, you be missing everything lately. You been missing in action, Jazz. don't know who you is no more. Sandy, I'm still looking for your comment. Yes, somebody said that was an excellent observation. Let me go back up. How far up is it? I'm not trying to go high enough. Go back up. Or did you see when she first come in? Oh yeah, that's the one you talking about. I already addressed it. Okay, I was just behind on the comments. We just go all the way to the bottom and see what I got down here. Okay, yeah, I see it. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'll let y'all on the flip side. Y'all be safe. You goddamn ass. Shit's real out here. It is. Didn't need to play that one. I know what I want to play before I go out. Stop the screen. I know what I want to play. I'm gone. Kids missing just sickens my mood. Now I got an attitude. You think I won't battle fool? I will slap the fuck out of you. Maybe I am a radical. I'm charged up with a matador. You don't love the kids, why do you got them for? I tell the truth, how they got out the door. These cases I can't ignore. You damn right I want your face on the floor. We lacking info pimping, I'ma need more. See, it's the truth that we want. You supposed to love your kid, the truth is you don't. Somebody bring them parents up to the front. Them kids been missing for months. Damn right I'm mad, pimp, I done had enough. Oh, my business, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I might just tear this shit up. Now we got summer, we got horse, and we got orange. Like the parents, they don't care. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? All of the YouTubers pursuing, they do more than what you doing. Now how the fuck you gonna influence? Your reputation done been ruined. Why? Oh, why they taking these kids? I'm so sick of this shit. Why? Remember that kid they left in the car? Sydney Deal, she had a bum for a father, and it was Sardis Navarre. Just break the window, but he wouldn't even bother. He making kids, now that's really a problem. What about that fella Kawan? The lady picked him up was a mom. Now Kawan was a friend with a son. I can't believe what they done. They found his body in the sugar cane field. Now his parents gotta share some real. This ain't how the fuck we supposed to live. If you got a kid, show them that you love them, cause they leaving on the dub. Protect them, gotta keep them covered, cause it's some evil motherfuckers plotting, waiting just to touch them. Don't you think this shit is nuts? They taking kids out by the dozen. It's so many living in your city limits. If you think that they offended, that mean you think this again. It only take a single man. Evaluate the way you live. This was a blessing you was given. It's gonna hit you different if your child just end up missing. Why? Oh, why?
Why they taking these kids? I'm sick of this shit. Why?